Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and today we're at this place doing this angle because I have my setup in the other room still trying to finish the cat, and I didn't really want to move it and mess up the mural line of camera angle. So kind of got the camera just like up on the wall right there, so that way I can do it this way so that we can do a jelly plating show today and not have to move my poles and tripods and everything. So I hope this is okay. I hope y'all will be able to see. The girls say it's not fuzzy. It looks fuzzy to me, but they're saying it's not fuzzy. And okay. All right, so what I want to do, I'll leave this here for like camera holding purposes. And so I thought we'd do the jelly plate, and I do have to get my mat. Hang on. Get my craft mat here. And what I wanted to do is some cards. I wanted to try to do, now I didn't finish the last like 30 minutes of Carrie's, I'm trying to look up here at y'all. I didn't finish the last like 30 minutes of Carrie's video, so I didn't see how it turned out with her putting the little designs and things on the jelly plate, but that's kind of what I wanted to do, is like do some circles or something, and then kind of do the let it dry technique that Jean, well, I'll have to go get my hair dryer, because you don't use a heat gun on your jelly plate, and and then let the designs dry, and then put the coat of another color on top, whether it be black, white, another color, whatever, and see if I can pick up those designs and make the art cards, and then collage and things on top of it. Because usually I do like these cards like this, is I do the collage work first and then do the paint on top. Well, I'll still have to do paint on top even after this, but it did turn out good. Okay, well, yeah, I'm anxious to see. I've caught up on everybody's videos except Jean's box making for her Neo colors, which that frankly scares me. I'm afraid for those Neo colors. Just saying. In the last like 20-30 minutes of Carrie's video with the jelly plate. Okay, so anyway, guys, let's go ahead and try this here. Take the Jenny Jelly out of her home. Take her protective coverings off. You're afraid for her too, Eileen, I know. And I'll try to keep it over here. This is where I need to be for the camera. I'll try to work it where y'all can see. Hey Carrie, I was just talking about having not seen the last few minutes of your show, and so I didn't see how your designs turned out, but I'm going to try to do some art cards kind of that way. I don't know how it ended. So, but I wanted to kind of do some designs, some painty designs, and then do the dry technique where you dry it and then paint the black or a color over it so that turns out to be the background. And so we're going to try. I've got black cards, craft cards, white cards. I even have some small ones here just to give it a go. All right, so we'll see. All right, so just to test it, let's just do, and I do have to go get my hair dryer. Let's get some black and some colors. I'm gonna scoot my chair. By the way, my chair, the hydraulics that lift, you have the handle right here to lift and drop your chair. Well, the hydraulic bar is broken, so now when I move my chair, I'm like barely scraping the carpet. All right, so let's see here. Let's get some bright colors because those are just more fun. I don't want the exact same colors that we had last time, but I do want brights. Here's some, I don't know if I want orange. Let's see here. Let's go with red, orange. A bright, kind of a lemon yellow. But let's also maybe do some like dark blue. And so I'm just kind of picking some colors here. My paint card is right here. Let's go with maybe some kind of a purple or a darker blue. Let's see. Go with some bright colors today. And I need a green. Do I want lime green? Grass green, evergreen, let's see, holly green maybe, and a citron. I still like citron or lemonade. Here's lemonade. All right. Okay. Jelly probably crazy. Well, we're going to see what happens. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to try just a couple of circles, just because that's, you know, just an easy thing to do. I'm going to do a little pink, maybe a little red, and maybe let's go with this blue, which I think I need the pokey tool. So we'll be back to getting close-up views of the situation next time, because by then I'll have finished the maybe a little yellow. I'll have finished the cat. I'm trying to get some bright colors that'll stand. Oops, that needs to be shaken up. Oops, sorry, camera doesn't like that. And all right, now I don't have a spouncer like Paula, because that would make perfect little circles. I'm trying to think of something we could just do, you know, like a cap or something. I do have all my stencils over here. I do have some stamp. Oh, I do have a dot stamp. Let me see. All right, hang on, guys. Coming over to the pile over here. Which one is it in? This one, I think. I do have stampage. Find something like just some dots or something. I mean, I have tiny stuff like this, but I really want, here's a star, that's kind of big. And, but I really just want, maybe I should get into my foam dots. Oh, well, you know how, here we go. Here we go, a little foam dot. That's what I want. All right, now let me get I do have a dry makeup wedge. And yeah, if y'all put anything y'all want to ask me or talk about in caps so I can see you. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Let's start with the red. And let's just see how this works. Now, I don't have to worry about this slow drying because I want it to dry. Whatever I put on here now, I want to dry so that I can put the coat of another, you know, color on top. So here, let's see if I can get a little system going here, like stamp dot, stamp dot. Okay, so I want to stamp. All right, so now it is slick. I think Paula said that last time, that you got to be careful because it's slick. But we're going to just try this and see. I should probably do it the other way, my right hand doing the dotting so that I'm more careful. So I'm going to try this first with white. It's kind of like more experimenting with jelly plating because y'all know I'm not the expert at this. Jean and Carrie are the ones I watch to see what they're doing. And I haven't finished watching Carrie's last 20 minutes, so I don't know how that turned out. It's like I gotta wait and see how that turned out. It's like I gotta wait. You're not. Yes, I want to do packing tape as well, Carrie, but I wasn't sure if you were going to be here, so we'll do that too. I guess I could do packing tape with this, right? Because I still will put the design on. I'll still put the design on, let it dry, and no, it's the opposite, right? Okay, you'll have to put some instructions then because I forgot the order for the packing tape to show through. Not that it matters because I can just matte medium it like I did the last batch. All right, so now I got some of those dots, and now let's see, what else do I want to do? I want to maybe do some circles around it. Let me use like a calf off of one of the paints here. And let's dip it in a blue and go around. So we're going to do some circles. Can y'all see? Yeah, you can see that, right? That's cool. Okay. So now we're going to do some circles. Around the red. Now, like I said, I want this to dry because what will happen is after this is dry and we put a coat of like black or any color really, but black really makes the colors pop, then it pulls up the dry paint. First, put the background layer down first. Okay. All right. We'll do that next, Carrie. Carrie got up early to give me proper instructions. Okay, I think I got them all. Doesn't that look cool just like that? I just want to sit here and stare at it. All right, so now let me get a baby wipe or something here. So yeah, I want to finish the cat, and I may not do that live. I may just, it's really almost done. It's probably about 90% done. I did a recording yesterday just without a chat so I could make progress without, it's hard to chat when you're across the room, you know. All right, so now let's see. Let's do a pencil eraser. Let's see. There we go. Let me just take the eraser I use off. And then there's pencil eraser. All right, here's a brand new one. All right, now I'm going to do yellow. I'm going to do some yellow dots. Okay. It's looking a little too neat. I'm going to have to splatter something. We need to do some splattering. Let's do, because I'm going to put a coat of black. So whatever I want to show up, you know, let's do some white splatters. Where's my white paint? Here. All right, just a little bit of we'll see what happens here. Because that might be kind of cool with the black background, you know, picking up. What do y'all think? How's that look? I think that looks really cool. Oh, okay. Put down the background. You layer for packing tape like you layer on paper. Oh, okay. You also have to decide if you want the tape to be see-through in some spots, but anything still transparent will remain sticky. Well, yeah, and the thing about that, Carrie, it doesn't really matter if it's sticky because I'll just matte medium. Let me find those ones I did because I have them over here for giveaway. I should do a giveaway. I have them sitting over here. So So I have them. So here's what they look like on the shiny side. And we ended up with a spider web, but because the spider web was really, I brayered it instead of stamping, you know, using a makeup wedge. So here's what the other side looked like, which I love these. And there are still some sticky parts. So what I did was just matte medium over them. So there's no sticky parts now. Oh, well there you can see it really good on the white. Yeah, matte medium the back side. Now I know you put some Pearl-Ex or something like that, right? All right. Let me drop these two things in. Well, do I need them again? Because if I put them in the water, then I can't reuse them, but I'm not using them right now, so let me just drop that in the water. All right. Okay, now I got to go run get my hair dryer. Let me plug that in. Down. Oh, well, let's see. I got to unplug. What do I got to unplug? Lappy? Oh, I'm not using this lamp. Okay. Hang on, guys. What is this plug for? Oh, that's the heat gun. I can unplug the heat gun too. Because I'm not going to be, you don't use a heat gun. All right. Yeah, I know. I have all my, like, well, the arms are all covered with duct tape. This chair, bless its heart, is old. Old, I tell you. Time for me to get another one. Eugene, perfect pearls. Okay. I don't think I have perfect pearls. I have something. Pearl-Ex, I don't even know. I had some. I gave most of it away. I don't know what else I got up there. So the white dots still have to dry. Yeah, could you see the shimmer, Carrie, when it was dry on the other side? Well, I guess the binder, Jess, would just be the stickiness of the tape. Almost. Okay. Now I want to get my brayer. Oh, I got to get my notebook out. My brayer off notebook. Where is that? Oh, gee, I took it apart to use for something else. I took my brayer notebook apart to use for another project. Oh, let's see. What can I... But I still have the papers. Let me just get... Let me get to the papers here. I took my notebook apart to use for something else, but I still have, you know, I can still use the backs and things here for brayering off. So let me just kind of sit that over here and find a couple places to brayer off on. Let's see. All right, here we go. I needed the notebook for another project. Okay, so now I'm going to put a thin layer. Oh, poking tool. A thin layer of black over the whole thing. Oh, I can see a couple of the white dots didn't dry. That's okay. All right, there we go. Now I got my brayer off over here. My brayer off notebook is looking good. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I just needed the actual notebook for something, so I took everything out of the notebook. Now I gotta hurry up, don't I? No, wait. Do I let this dry now? No, I don't let this dry. Do I? Do I let this dry? No, I can't let it dry. Good grief. All right, so I'm gonna try the white cards first. Let's just do this. All right. Now I remember now I just have to take time to press extra long. I mean, that's you stop doing it for one day and you forget the order of the technique, you know? I mean, I do have some stuff written down, but yeah, I didn't really plan this out very well this morning. All right, so now we really want to grab hold. You really want to push the black paint down for the reason being that you want to pick up the dry paint underneath. We'll see what happens, Carrie. And everybody. I'm just saying Carrie because it was watching her little designs. And I haven't seen how they turn out. I got to watch that last 20 minutes to see. Paula said they turned out good, Carrie. All right. Let's see if that's enough. Let me take a peek. All right. Let's take a peek. Shall we? Oh, it turned out good. Look, guys. I still see more stuff on there too, which we'll leave. I know, right? Turned out good. I know, those are cool. And this card stock is just like the 90 weight. It's not the 110. Hang on, guys. Take a sip of coffee here. They turned out really nice. All right. So now let's do the packing tape thing real quick. Now, I can't use all my packing tape up. I'll do like maybe 2 things because I have Happy Mail to send out and I actually need the packing tape. And I have enough for like a couple rounds. But it's either that or Happy Mail has to wait. I don't like Happy Mail to wait. Okay. All right. So then we can do some more cards. Because what I want to try is on the black and on the craft. I want to try it on the different colors. But Carrie's here to help me with the packing tape. All right. So do we want to do a stencil? I'm going to leave whatever's here on there. So let's say we do a couple colors. Let's do red and pink. I'm just doing bright here, not trying to color coordinate or the color wheel. Oh, I love what Paula's doing with the color wheel lately. That's so cool, Paula. But I'm just putting bright colors, just, you know, going for the bright colors. All right, where's my brayer? Let's go this way. All right. Now that will be like the background color. Now I need to do a stencil something. I don't want to lose Paula's little article there. Let me put that over there. Let's go with some, I need something kind of big enough to, okay, this one just dropped out. We'll go with that. I'm just going to put a couple things on there. Here's this one. What else? And everybody's favorite. Here's everybody's favorite. Uh-oh. How many times have we all used this a gazillion times? Okay. First to the background, pull the paint off using a stencil. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just put some random stencils here. All right, so now I'll still use the cards, Carrie. Maybe I should do, yeah, let me use the black ones. Let's just see what happens here, just to do a pull off, you know. All right, so am I right here? I'm doing this. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, now let's do, and I want to try to push kind of hard to make sure that the paper, this is cardstock, gets in between the designs in the stencil. Because if you don't push hard enough, you're not getting into the little stencil crevices. Now after this, we've got to do something with the cards. We're going to have to collage them. We're going to have to do something with them. And give some away, of course. No, don't go, Carrie. Wait a minute. Wait. Now, after this, I just take the stencils off and let that dry. After I take the stencils off, do I let the pink dry? And then put a color on top? Wait, that's not right, is it? Okay, well, all right, let me finish this. And do I let the pink dry? That's what I need to know next. Oh, look. Oh, whoops, come back here. Look. Very cool. Just using a black card makes all the difference. Let each layer dry. Okay. Amazing. All right, so now let me take these off and just kind of like over here on another one of my sheets. See if there's anything left to kind of like just get off. Nah, it's dried on there. Which that's fine. Oh, look. That's going to look cool. I'm saying. I might have to do whole nother pull of all these. All right. Bye, Janet. People are going, okay, I've seen this 100 times. I've got to go. I'm not saying that's what Janet's saying. I'm just being funny. All right, so now I dry this, right, Carrie? Because you said let each layer dry. All right, so, oh, did I get one more stencil there? I guess I better get all the stencils off. Can I just let this dry, right? Dry it. Yeah, you have to have someone walk you through like Jean or Carrie, Jess. Okay, so now that's dry. Now what, Carrie? Another layer of color, like some lime green. Is that the next step? Brayering the whole thing. Hi, CB. Brayering a whole layer on. Is that what's next? There's a lag, so if y'all are watching the recording, the reason I'm waiting is because there's a lag. Yes, Jean and Kelly. Jean Kelly. Jean and Carrie are jelly plate experts. Now add little designs. Okay, so like maybe with the pencil again, or I want some lime green, so let's go with the lime green. All right, so now more designs, Carrie said. All right, I need to write this one down because I'm going to forget this. All right, hang on. Since everything dries in between. Okay, so we have 2-color sprayed. Then we have stencils. Let dry. Then we have small added designs. And I guess we're going to let that dry. Okay. All right. I kind of like the cap thing. Let's go with the cap thing again. Let me just make sure to get the purple out there. All right. So we're going to go with some lime green, more designs. You're going to make Jean proud, Carrie. Why am I yelling? I saw Art Mom, you know, Blade's wife, Art Mom. I saw her on Facebook saying that she's having a lot of fun with screen printing at school. I'm wondering if surely she knows about jelly plating, don't y'all think? She would probably love this. Okay, let me get back to no more brayering. Okay. All right, so there's some circles. I hope it's going to be a great tape, CB. You basically only brayer the first layer. Okay, let me make a note of that. Only time. Okay. Only time you brayer. Okay. Now, what color do I want? I think I'm going to go with some purple. Let me put the lid back on the purple here and shake it up. All right. Don't need much. I'm going to go with the pencil thing again. And we're going to just put a purple. I'm going to put them all over. I'm not going to just put them there. I think I'll put them even on top of the yellow here. And I think we need some white splatter too. Just to have a little brightness somewhere in there, maybe. Can't see where the purple is. Okay, now let's go back to the white here, where it's still wet, and let me add a little bit more. I wonder if we sprayed this with water. I wonder if it would oh, well, it's kind of dry now. I was going to say activate it, but it's not going to activate acrylic unless it's wet. Okay, there we go. I think we're going to go with that. Doesn't that look yummy? Yummy! All right, now I dry this, right? Hey, HD. Hi, Lucy Jane. All right. So we've already made, for those just coming in, we already just made these little cards. Hang on. It's the hubster who always forgets I stream every Monday morning. Yes, honey, I'm streaming. What's up? Uh-huh. Okay, hon. Bye. And then these with just the stencils. Oh, let me just, here, Carrie, hang on. I got to get over to the people. Wait, let me see which one you are. You're the, okay. Okay, I lost you, Carrie. I don't know. Where are you? I'm clicking on your name and it's just giving me private chat. Settings. All right, let me just allow. I was going to try to opt you or mod you, but now I lost it. Let's see. There we go. There's the people. Okay, now when I click on your name, Carrie, let me do a test here. I don't know. Am I talking to Carrie there or am I talking? Yeah, that's you. How do I get back? How do I get back to the people? Let's see. That's just going to Carrie, main chat. There we go. All right. Yeah, I tried to opt you, Carrie, or mod you, but it just takes me to private chat. Where do I do that now that they changed it? When I click on your name, it just takes me to a DM. It doesn't give me the drop down box to mod you. All right, now I dry this. Right, I do dry this. You're not sure either? Okay. And then after this is the packing tape. Yeah, this is the cool gun. Do not use your heat gun on your jelly plate. This is a hairdryer set on low or cool. Thank you, Linda, because I like to say that every time. The cool gun, yeah. Burnish it well, okay. All right. Let dry. Add tape. Burnish well. And this is packing tape jelly. All right. I think I'm good for the next time. We'll see. All right, so now, all right, for those of y'all that might have earphones on or whatever, this is loud. I'm going to pull the tape out. Jean told me from experience it's very, very loud in the earphones. So be warned. Should I wait a second because of the lag? Take a sip of coffee. Use a bone folder. Yeah, well, I got that. My old trusty, crusty bone folder. All right, y'all ready now? Because I'm getting ready. All right. I'm going to do, I want strips. I don't want a sheet. So I'm going to like just do a strip. And I'm just not going to let them touch. Oops, that one's a little short. It's okay. Because I want individual pieces, not like a sheet. I guess I should have made those a little longer. So you can get like 5 on here if they're just barely not touching. All right. All right, so I'm going to burnish them until I just don't see any like the air bubbly things, you know. You can kind of see when it's like clear again that I think that's when you can tell it's burnished down really. Like, do I look like a mad scientist? All into it. I'm excited, Carrie, to see what this looks like. So if it doesn't work, we're going to blame Carrie. No, no, just kidding. Don't email me. All right. Well, I didn't think I would really want one or need one, Jess, but it is fun. It's fun just to make, your own little cards and paper and stuff. Now, imagine this, Jess, as just a picture this. Picture this, Jess, as a Project Life card. Or these. All right, so I'm going to burnish it down really well because you're trying to get the tape to pick up all the layers. But if there's any sticky bits left, I can just matte medium like I did those other ones. So either side, we'll see which side of the tape we like the best. Okay, so let's see what happens here. All right, let's see. I'm going to need a paper, right? Let me just use one. Oh, it looks cool. Now, mine does have a lot of places that are not like, let's see how I can do this. So there's two sides to the story. There's this side, which I love, and then there's this side, which is still sticky, so I don't want to stick it to the paper. But I'll matte medium that, so I can use either side. You know what I'm saying? Vern? Said that for Paula. So we got this one. But I'm going to matte mediums them so we can use either side. That's pretty, right? I know. Either side is cool. Now, you know what you could do if you didn't, but I want them clear with matte medium. But you could just paint them white. If you wanted that side, if you wanted the other side, you just paint the other side white. You know? That would be cool too. But I like them transparent because then you can use either side. So we'll matte medium these. So let me hold some more up. Aren't they lovely? I know. Aren't they, E.T.? Either side is very cool. All right, there we go. Thanks, Carrie. It's a little flashed out, so it's really much more vibrant. There we go. It's much more vibrant than it's showing up on camera. Okay, Carrie, that's a good point. Carrie likes them transparent. Let me find something like that, Carrie, to show people. Because then they'll show up over, let me see if I got some music paper. Okay, let me go run in here quick. Hang on. Let's see here. Oh, wait, hang on. with the music paper. Got a runny nose now. All right. Let's get a piece of music paper here. Now, you can, one side is sticky, and the other side, I just got a bit here where I've cut some out. But we'll take one, and so that we can use the other side here, and we'll just stick it down kind of sideways so you see it all over the place, maybe. Let's see. Oh. And Carrie said text paper, which I could have put it on a book paper too, but we're just going to go with this for now, so that you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see the music. It's subtle, but it's there. The music paper through there. Hey, Dana. Let's see. There. Cool. And then all these. I'm going to matte medium the rest of them. So yay, that was fun, Carrie. Good job. Thank you. So I wrote down my instructions on how to do the packing tape. I know, right, HD? We need to see. I think we need to send some of that to HD. She hasn't been around lately, and she's been sending all of us out beautiful cards. So we're going to send HD, that's Happy Diane, for those of you who don't know, some packing tape designs. So I got a couple of them over there, a couple different ones. We're going to send you a Happy Mail die because you've been sending us out like crazy. All right. So now we're going to go back to doing some more of these kind of things on the black paper because I'm just really loving this. I know you had PC trouble. I know. And you didn't even have to give us a reason. We're just, happy to see you. So we're going to do some more of this. All right, so let's do some more. I want to do another set like those because I'm really liking those colors. Although there's leftover paint on here, so we'll have a few other colors too. Let's go with some red and purple. Ooh, that's going to be pretty. That'll probably be really pretty on the black. Maybe. Well, you might not see much. Well, it'll mix with the red. You'll see some. All right, where's my breaker? Okay. Yeah, Happy Die's been sending out some beautiful cards. All right, so look, isn't that just yummy? Yumminess. So I'm going to brayer that off over here on my notebook, which my notebook is now de-notebooked because I had to use my notebook for something else. And so I just took all my jelly plate brayer offs out of there. And, all right, now, do I want to do the stencils or, yeah, let's go ahead and do the stenciling. Let's do some of that because I'm just really liking that on the black. I just have these random stencils here just to cover up the whole thing. And then I'm going to put some black cardstocks on them. I'm going to try for 4 and just, it's okay if the edges don't get every bit. All right. My poor chair won't roll. I gots to get me a new chair. Maybe I'll put in a request for a Christmas chair. A Christmas present chair. I think my mom's coming like the second week of December because that's when Boo has one of her cheer competitions and Mom likes to come like once a year to see her cheer competitions. And I think this year she's going to come like a couple weeks before Christmas so we all can do Christmas a little early while they're here. That'll be so much fun. And then I think Annie is coming like after that. So I'll be busy in December. I'll get everybody to stream. Mom comes, me and Mom will stream like we did last time. We'll scrapbook. Annie, maybe Annie, I don't know. We'll do something. I'm really trying to press really hard to get the cardstock to go in between the little stencil crevices. So that's why I'm taking my time here. I know, aren't they, Eileen? And Eileen and Linda, thank you both for sending in cards for, now I've got birthday and get well and everything covered for at least a couple months. So for those of y'all that are on the birthday list, and I make sure, Linda, Eileen didn't sign hers, so I have to sign them for her. I sign Eileen's card and say, this card was made, and I write on there. But Linda has her little stampy thing, or little, well, she puts her information on there. So now I've got plenty of cards for next couple months. So thanks, y'all. And thanks, Eileen, too. Eileen even sent me some stamps. Okay, there we go. All right, that one didn't come out very good. I don't think I had much paint on that section. Oh, you know what it is? It's the purple. The purple's just not showing up. I mean, I can see it a little bit, but I'm going to have to do these again. That one's kind of cool. The purple just didn't really show up very well. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and stamp on with a sponge. I'm going to stamp on with a sponge some pink. Where's my pink here? Dry sponge, by the way. It's not the one that was wet. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's do a couple steps here. See, this is all the ones that we should be writing down, because I'll forget exactly when it turns out. I'm going to say, oh, that turned out so great. How do we do that? So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to take off the stencils, let this dry, and add another color. I mean, they never come out the same anyway, even if you have them your instructions written down, except the packing tape thing. You do kind of have to know what to do with that. But there's just so many layers and things and just different ways you can use a jelly plate, Jess. And the stencils are really stuck down because, you know, I pressed them really hard. So I can do this and the stencils are not moving at all. I might have even been able to brayer it, but I didn't want to take the chance on it just like all getting up underneath. So we'll see what happens here. All right, now I got a layer of pink. So let's take these off. That's probably not good. I had this and it was stuck up inside. Okay, so let's take off the stencils. And that looks cool right there. That might even work on the black, but I'm going to dry this and then do another layer. Hi, Lisa. Now let's add some blue. Let's add some blue over the top of that. A thin layer of blue. And we'll see what happens with that on black paper. I think I'll just use these again. I'm just going to go ahead and use these again. because most of them don't have much on them anyway. All right, here we go. Rub-a-dub. Hey, Julie. I know her last name's not Topaz. Guess what we're doing? And then seriously though, I do want to do something with the cards, like collage on them, something. Just, you know. I'm about to go get me some more coffee. Let me check my. Okay, we've only been here an hour. Paulo, did you want to stream today? I know y'all are on vacay for a couple weeks. But I didn't know if you want to stream, we can, you know, just do a little bit more here. You can go jelly plate at your, we can go jelly plate at your house. All right, I think that's nice and rubbed down. Let's see what happens. They look pretty. I don't know if you can see the. Ooh, look at that one. Jess, are you sure you don't want a jelly plate? Just saying. I know, right? Okay, let's see. Now I want to do, let's try something with the craft card. Now this is thicker. So if I do anything with stencils, this is going to be harder to get in the crevices of a stencil. So I'm thinking maybe this one needs to be more of a design thing, you know, rather than, this needs to be more like this instead of stencils. All right, so let's see. Craft white and black. Let's do something black and white. Let's do some white. Let me take the lid back off of the thing here, or whatever one I got it off here. Let's go with some white paint. I have to add a little bit of this because this is watered down. Let's try black, white, and craft. All right, so I'm just going to get the little lid here thing again. And we're going to see what we can do. Did Paula say she could stream? The die cuts. Paula, thank you for reminding me. I have a die cutting machine. I forget, guys. We need to do some skellies. I sent all my bones. Here's the thing. I did cut out the whole skeleton, and they're like individual bones, like the head, the rib cage, and all that. And I sent it to Cam, and they're not connected. And so he put them all together and sent me a text message and showed me that one of the leg bones was missing. He goes, Nana, do you have that extra leg bone you could send me? So I said, well, I didn't know which one. I just sent him a whole nother skeleton. So I just said that to say that I don't have that particular skeleton, but I do have some of the, like the sugar skull ones. We're going to go with that. Thanks, Paula. All right, Paula, you can't stream right now. I got to finish. You gave me too many ideas now, Paula. Okay, so black, white. All right, so now, because I'm going to use the craft color paper, I'm going to get some black. Not streaming until tomorrow. Okay. All right, well, we'll be looking for you tomorrow morning, Paula. Okay, so let me, jelly plate. Let me pokey tool that. Get a little bit of black out. Now, let's see. I think I'm going to go back with the pencil thing again. Where's my pencil? And we're going to put some black dots. I got to get out my Halloween cutouts. Thanks, Paula, for reminding me I have a die cutting machine. I mean, I forget. I get into one groove, you know, one mode here, and I forget to combine things. So, yeah, we're going to do some skellies or something. I'll see. I sent a bunch of them to Dar, so I'll have to see what I got left. Okay. That might just be enough, just to test that out. Now I want this to, oh wait, no, this is already going to dry. I got to think of the steps. If I dry this and then coat it with something, what color would I coat it with? Because I want the craft to show. Now I think I've already waited too long for that. Let's just try one. Let's go ahead and try two. Let's just try two while I think the stuff is wet. Because my purpose was to do black and white on craft. If I coat it with black, then you're not going to see the craft, which is kind of defeating the purpose. So we'll try this first, just to see what kind of print I get with that. It's okay. It's kind of cool, but it's not like dramatic or anything. All right. So now let's dry it. I want to use this up and then I'll get out my skellies and other, I got bats, cats. I forgot I was going to show you all that stuff. Okay, now what I do, let me think back again, because see, when you don't do it every day, you forget. When I do, not this one, but when I do the cutouts, do I put the cutouts down first and then brayer a layer over it? Or do I put a color down and then put the die cuts on top? I don't remember. I mean, I could try both. I mean, I'll experiment. But I mean, let's just go with the people that have already tried it so we don't have to reinvent the wheel. All right, now I think I'm going to put a coat of red over the black and white. Let's just see here. Thin coat of red. I don't really want this on the craft now because the craft's not going to show. Let's just go with white. Let's go with some little white ones here, some small ones. You like these right here, Linda? I don't know. They're okay. They're kind of, all right, let me, well, I'll just push on them there. DS bats. But I'm just trying to think of the order. You know, you have to think backwards when you do this. You have to think what's on the very bottom. So if I put the bats on first, let's say, and then put a coat of white, and then use a black cardstock or a craft cardstock. That's what I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of it like that. All right, let's see. You did, Linda? Okay. All right, so that turned out a little better. That's okay. I could work with those, like with some collage stuff, you know. Those will be kind of cool. little, just a little bit of whatever's left over, you know. See, that one doesn't have much. Neither does that one because I use the edges. So they're okay. All right, now I do want to clean this off before I do. I want to get the red off before I do the bats and what all. Hey, Barb. Watching and wonder if you might try coating with matte medium to get the craft color to show in the back. I'm not sure, Barb. That's taking more thought than I had this morning. Maybe, yeah. Like I'm doing with the packing tape, you mean? Putting the matte medium on to protect the clear side? I wouldn't want to put matte medium on here. I guess you could. Has anybody put matte medium on their jelly plate? Is that what you mean, Barb? Putting it actually on the jelly plate? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's just clear, like clear. I'm sure it'd be fine. All right, so I'm just going to clean this up. And good morning, by the way, Barb. And my kitty Chance. I did record another episode yesterday, Barb, of working on Chance. And I'm going to put a collar on him, and I might even put his name on there. All right. So this is why, for those of y'all just coming in, this is why we got this camera angle, because I just attached the camera right up here because my tripod setup is in the other room for the cat. So it's like I have two studio things going on here. All right. So let me move the packing tape. Oh, let me get out my cutouts now to show you. And we'll see what we can use. All right, let me move these stencils. Move the blow dryer for a minute. Move the paint for a minute. Move the cards. All right. I want to just slide this over. All right. Hang on, guys. I'm going to make a space. There we go. Now, what did Carrie say? I figured you could because it's just the same as paint with no color. I don't know if it's exactly the same. I mean, I know there's certain acrylic mediums that are just acrylic, clear acrylic, but I'm not sure if that is matte medium. Probably. I mean, I guess you could. I don't know enough of the formulations and the stuff. Matte medium works fine. It's great for sealing watercolor. Yeah, but can you put it on the on the jelly plate? Yes. Hang on, guys. I'm going to go in the other room and blow my nose real quick. Okay. Now I'd wash my hands, but my hands are wet. Oh well. Okay. Hey Jeannie. All right, so let me show you what I cut out. Like I said, I have the full skeleton, but I sent both of them to Cameron. And I sent one of these to Dar. I sent Dar about 2 or 3 different things. I sent Noodle a spider web and some of those birds she liked, but I'll show you here what we got. So we can try some of these on the jelly plate, right? Okay, so I got these sugar skulls. Yeah, I do. I run up and down the stairs, which, by the way, my coffee is cold. I got these spider webs, and like I said, there was a third one, and I sent it to Noodle. This one is so cool. There's a couple that are really cool. Let me get another piece of black here. All right, so here. Now, I still have a couple little pieces to punch out on this one. There's a couple of things got kind of hung up there, so I don't know if you can see the whole thing. Let me pull that out there. There's another leaf thing that didn't quite get cut. Well, anyway, there's a couple spots here where I need to pick out the little bits, but you get the idea. Isn't that cool? Then there is, I cut out a big mermaid. Hey, Dar. Sorry, Dar, I see you. Dar, did you get your skulls yet? I'm showing some of the stuff that I sent you. There's a little fairy. You'll probably get it. Bye, Barb. You'll probably get it tomorrow. Dar. Here's a big haunted house. I just have it on black paper. I mean on white, you know, the opposite color so you can see it. So there's that one. Look at the detail that it cuts though. Look at that. Now I feel a sneeze coming on. Good grief. Hang on. All right, hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I think we'll be all right for another minute. All right. Now I'd wash my hands again. Now I don't, you know, don't want to get my little cardstock things wet. All right, so then we have this one. I sent one of these to you too, Dar. Let me move. Now here's how I have a whole bunch of bats and things right here. This is where I have a bunch of bats and cats, some little crows. Right there. I'll show them close up in a minute. But I want to just show you this whole thing right here. I sent you one of these, Dar, because I thought you would like this. Let me move some of those extra bats. Look at this one. Isn't this cool, Dar? Oh, there's a cat stuck on the back. Hang on. Look at that one. No, I think it's just I have my windows open and dust and stuff comes in, Jeannie. I don't have allergies. So I sent you one of those. Now I did have to fold it in half, Dar, so hopefully you can just like flatten it back out, but yeah. Thought that was cool. Yeah, so I sent you that. And then let me show, oh, I got this out. I thought of Jean. I bought this just because of Jean. I don't know what I would do with this, but this is the one I tweeted to her too. And then I have a whole bunch of, oh, here's the other. I think this is one of the skulls I sent you too, Dar. One of those. And then there's, I cut out, I bought these frogs are not having anything to do with Halloween, but I just thought they were cute. So I bought these little frogs. I think there's 3 different shapes. Let's see. 3 different configurations of frog right there. So maybe we could do some frogs on the jelly plate. And then I cut out, there's another one of those little fairies. I cut her out in black. And then here's some of the bats and cats. There's tons of them. And you can make them. That's the thing about the silhouette. You can make them any size you want. I could have made this cat 12 inches big. Okay. But I made a whole bunch of little ones. So there's a bunch of little ones, medium-sized ones. So there's some bats. And there's a whole bunch of other cats. I sent a bunch of the cats to Cameron too. And here's another one. Let me move this off of here for a minute. Show you some of the different cats. And then there's a row of cats. And I have a row of bats too, but I sent that to Cam. So there's a bunch of the different shapes of birds, ravens or crows, cats, and bats. So a bunch of those. I cut out quite a bit the other day. And then look, here is like if you cut out one of the crows, like here's a crow that is like, and there's a couple little spots again that I have to pick out some of the tiny little things. But look at this. Look at this crow. Isn't that cool? And then you can also just keep the inside for like a stencil. You lost chat? Okay. Let me see if I did. Okay. I'm going to keep going, Carrie. I don't know. Okay. But I really like that. It's almost like a Zentangly or a Damask looking crow. Yeah, if y'all can hear me, then do the pop-out chat. All right, here is a Frankenstein, I don't know, some kind of a woman in a thing with some bats. And I know you can't even see it, but there's even a little cutout. There's even a little cutout in his head, like a little scar. And then here is the negative space of that. Here's a giant spider web, square. And then I also have some of these. I might have already shown you some of these before. I have a whole bunch more. I bought like, I think I bought 25 new designs on the sale. But I didn't cut them all out, obviously. I think those are the only ones I have cut out. All right, so. But what I'm thinking now, because Paula suggested it, is using like the little skellies and stuff on the jelly plate. So let's see what designs. I think we might use, well, I won't use this spider web because it's so, well, no, that would probably work too. I was going to say use those smaller ones, but we'll go with this. I like the crow, but I don't think he's too big. Let's see. No, he'll fit on there, so we'll use the crow. What else? This one, well, maybe. Okay, we'll use that one. And then here's all the little bats and cats. We'll use those. I'm running out of space to move things around. And then maybe some of these frogs. So we'll do a few things with a jelly plate with these things. I'm out of space. The full page ones. Yeah, I'm going to do the spider web. Oh, you mean these? These won't fit. Or you just mean the stencil ones, Dana? That won't fit fully on the 8.5 by 11. But the big stencils will. Okay, so, and then is this the different one? Yeah, this is a different skull. So we'll use those two. I can always cut out more, guys. And then here's a couple small spider webs. We'll use that. What else do I have in here? Oh, and here's some of the small skulls. We'll try those too. All right, so there we go. All right, let me move all this off of here. Put it behind me in the art fort. And let's see what we can do. All right, let's drag the jelly plate back over here. All right, now let's see. Let's do Halloween type colors. We'll go with orange, purple, lime green. Let's see, green and an orange. We'll go with those. All right, we'll give it a shot. You would call it, well, you can. Me and Colleen that day, I think it was the day Paula was streaming, and we were both, Colleen and I were both watching but cutting at the same time. And we did. We cut for hours. You cut for hours. All right, so let's see. Let's start with, and we'll just go with the white card, so I'm not going to be like, oh, because I want all these bright, I want the purple to show and stuff like that. Although we might use some black and white with skulls. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. All right. So we're going to first put down, we're going to do a spider web. So we're going to put down first some purple. I'm just going to go with just purple. Move all my colors over here. Just as like a base. So what, and I'm just going to play here and just try some different ways. I'm not going to, I don't remember every, layering technique. All right. All right, so I'm going to brayer that purple off, and I'm going to put down this big spider web right there. Okay. Now I am just going to go ahead and make. Let me just go ahead and make just some spider webs. I mean, I've got a gazillion of these cut out, so it's not like, if I run out, I'll just cut out some more. But I think this would just kind of be cool, just to have that. And then I've got room for a little one. Where's the little here? So let's just do just a plain print of just a spider web. And we can go back over it with some more stuff, or just use, after I remove the stencil, I'll dry that, and then we can put some bats or something on there. I need to cut out some spiders. I do have a spider on one of those, that house and the big diorama thing of the house and the skull. So you can isolate them. I think I just got paint on my face there. You can isolate them and cut them out. You can cut out sections of it. So I'm trying to push kind of hard to get some of that to come through. We'll see. If nothing else, I'm printing that spider web design onto the jelly plate, even if it doesn't turn out really well on these cards. We'll see, but I am making a mess here. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, look. It's not exactly a spider web, but that one looks more like a spider web. But what I'm anxious to do is take this off and dry it, Take this off and dry here. And then put another coat of something over it. Let me reach down here and get my... And then what I'd like to do is use these for like backgrounds for some collaging. Now, after I do this, I think I'm going to put a coat of, maybe I'll mix orange and green. We'll do orange and green. See what happens. Because I think the whole thing about this is the trick is to let it dry in between. I think it's really dark in here. Is to let it dry in between. So I'm thinking if I could put a couple, well, I think I'd probably just be better just to draw my own little spiders rather than trying to like do, since I don't have any spider cutouts. All right, so now I'm going to do just because of the Halloweeny colors, you know. A little orange here. Whoa, whoa, that's way too much orange. All right, let me find another thing over here ready to brayer off. All right, so I'm just going to go over the top of the purple with the orange and green. Y'all still with me? Did we lose chat or are we still here? All right, so now I'm going to clean that off. And then let's just do white because I really want it to pop. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I was thinking, well, should I put a bat on there? But that needs to be on the first layer. All right, so let's just see what happens here. I might have to send you some spider webs, Linda. I did send you something you asked for last week. I forgot now what I sent you. I sent you something. What did you ask for last week, Linda? I sent it to you. Jeannie got her flocking. All right. Because you really, if you have a dried layer on the bottom, you really want to push and get that picked up. The penguin card. Yes, I sent you the penguin card, Linda. That's what it was. All right, let's see what happens here. It doesn't look Halloweeny, but it does look cool. Look. I mean, it just does look cool color-wise. We're going to have to do some more of these colors because I'm really liking that. Isn't that pretty? The orange, the green, and the purple. I know, Paula. Write that down, Paula. Orange, green, and purple. We'll be expecting something fabulous from you in the morning. They almost look like butterflies, right? All right, so we're going to do some more of the same colors. I'm going to do the same type of thing, but we're going to put the skulls on there. All right, so let's start with no paint first. Let's just take one of the skulls. Now, let me see if I need to pop anything out. That one looks pretty good. We're just going to put the skull down. No, we got to put the purple down first. We do have to make the initial print, right? All right, we're going to do it the same way. It may, I don't know. We're just going to try the same way. Even though there's not as much white space on here, we're still just going to try it. Okay, so I'm going to put a layer of purple. Then we're going to put down the skull, and we'll just do a print off of that, just to get the... All right, so now we're going to just put down the skull here, and I'm just going to do a print. Let's just do a purple. Let me just get a piece of white paper. Hang on, let me find a piece of white paper. All right. Let's just do a print of that first, and just to get the excess color off, you know. So we just have a print of it, which is cool. But what I want to do is now take this off, dry it, and add, I want to be careful so I can reuse it again. Dry this and then put the orange and green on top, you know? Hey, Colleen. right, so now we're going to take and do the same thing. We're going to put the orange and the green. And I just kind of go up and down with the brayer, and just so that I don't get mud, I want to keep the colors like the orange and green showing. So I try to do it as little as possible like that. Okay, now let me come over here and find me another place to. I got tons of paper brayered off over there. I mean, right now, what were we going to put on there? Oh, just the cards. Okay, just the cards. I lost track of where I was. So this should have partial skull faces on it. You know what I mean? Like just in the corners. We'll see. Gary's working with farm equipment. I saw somebody, this was on somebody's, and no offense to Paula who loves to exercise or anybody else, and I even kept an article on the fitness bracelet out for her. So anyway, but I saw somebody, it was an art show, like somebody was doing, what was she doing? I don't even remember. It was either on Facebook or somewhere. It was on Facebook. And someone said, if God wanted me to exercise, he would have put diamonds on the ground. Something like that. And I think she said Joan Rivers. I think that was a Joan Rivers quote. If God wanted me to exercise, he would have thrown diamonds on the ground. All righty, let's see what we got here. I think that was a Joan Rivers quote. Okay, all right, so this is cool. And you know what? You could even put them back together if you want. Well, but I didn't really want to do that. I wanted cards, but you can kind of see even just the design, whether it's a skull or not. You know? But you could put them all back together to form the whole skull there. See? I know you probably can't see it, but there it is. But I really like, yeah, you see the flourishes, but I really like the other one. The one with the spider web with the purple, because the thing about this one is because the skull is so detailed, you don't see a lot of the purple. And that's what we really want. We want to put something down that doesn't take away all the purple. So let's do that again with, I don't know, we'll see what. But all right, so I'm going to put a layer of purple down, just purple, and then let's put bats, cats, and ravens. Oh, I also have that big raven. Let's do that one. Hang on. Where is he? So I've got just a hot mess over here going now, guys. Where is the, but I'll show you everything we have eventually. Here's the cats and the small skull. Oh, here's the raven. Okay, let's do the raven. Let's make sure I got enough of everything punched out. Like right here's a little swirl. I was just saying earlier, Colleen, how you and I just cut and cut and cut and cut and cut the other day. All right, let's see. So let's do this. We'll go this way, long ways. And let's put another little bird on his back. Or no, let's put the spider web in the corner. Let's put the spider web in the corner. And we'll just make a print of this, just plain white print. Maybe a little cat down here, like that, and a couple of bats, or even one bat. Let's put a tiny bat in there too. Oops. Let's see what happens with this. Because really what I'm trying to do is leave purple, and I don't know, that's not going to leave much purple. Well, we'll see. All right, here's another little cat. All right, we'll just go with that. All right, let's just see what happens. Because I want to use the orange and the yellow. Okay, Dana. A cat in the bird's mouth. I should have done that, CB. There was something else I had to show y'all too. I don't remember what it was now. Looking around the room. I did want to show you the cutouts. I did remember. I mean, I'm glad Paula mentioned them. All right, let's see here. All right, so, you know, just got the print here of that, which is okay. It's okay. But I want to see what happens after on the leftover here. All right. When I add the purple. Now this one may not be good for another try. It's so delicate, you know. We'll see when it dries if we can reuse that. But let's take the bats. I gotta put them over here on the white or I won't be able to see them. And the cat. And this, and now let me dry this, and then we'll put some orange and green on it. I still haven't tried stamps really on here either, Paula. You did stamping on yours last, well, one of the last couple of episodes. You used some stamps. With the distressing, or maybe the distressing was in your journal. I don't have any of those, so I didn't really write down any of the things on the distressings, because I don't have any. Okay, now let's see. I mean, I have the little square, you know, the pads. I have a couple of the pads, but I don't have any of the liquids. All right, so now let's try again with the orange and the green and see what happens. It doesn't have to show the raven or anything in particular. I just wanted to have a cool design to make the cards with. And then we need to do something with the cards. Let's see what we can do here. Check my time. I am going to have to get some coffee, though. All right. Let me get another piece of paper here. Find one. All right. Let's just throw some bats and cats on there, too. Let's just see what happens when I make, because then maybe some of that will, maybe it'll show, maybe it won't. There's a bird, you know, because I'm just going to make these into little cards, so we'll see. Let's just throw some of these on there to see what happens. It might just be an extra cool design, you know. All right, now let's see what happens. What color? Green. This one is a Craft Smart. This one is Apple Tart. It's kind of like the Citron in Americana, just a little darker. I just didn't see any Citron, so I just grabbed this one. All right, so let's see what happens here. We'll do one this way. What paper did you choose for that cut setting? This paper is the cheap 12 by 12 paper that you get at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. It feels like maybe 60 weight. I don't think it says. They're the packs. Oh, I got the black pack. Let me show you that one. It's exactly the same as this. Here it is. This is the black one, but I buy the white and the black. It's the Paper Studio cardstock pack, 12 by 12, 25 sheets, $4.99, and they're 50% off last week. You know, they always have the 50% off sales all the time. It's the Paper Studio Hobby Lobby brand. And it's thicker than copy paper, but it's not as thick as my 110-pound weight Staples cardstock. Hi, Miko. Did I answer all the questions? What setting did I cut the webs? Okay, let me think a minute. I cut it at speed 3. I cut slow. Speed 3, 33. Depth, I think, is 5. I use a heavier depth. I think. That was it, Colleen. Poor machine. Oh, you haven't done anything lately? Okay, so I think I've smashed these down really well. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, the designs aren't really showing up. You can kind of see the crow a little. You can see the cat a little. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off and dry it and put a layer of purple with the leftover. So I think that's going to be really cool. So let me take these off. Find a place over here to set them down. And then I'm going to put a coat of, uh-oh, I just tore that. Poor little cat. Then I will put a coat of purple over this yellow and green, and I think they'll be ghosted. If I'm not mistaken, we will have ghosted bats, cats, and birds. If I'm thinking backwards right. Don't quote me. I don't know. Oh, we need Jean. Carrie got me through the packing tape. I'll show y'all that again here in a minute. All right, so let me dry this. There's a speed selection. There's a speed selection on your settings. When you hit the cut button up in the corner, Colleen, it lets you select things. Before you hit the big blue cut button, when you hit the cut button up in the top right-hand corner, the little cut icon up on the toolbar, then you can pick your speed, your depth, and something else. I forget. Yeah, you might need a new blade too. Although you can get a lot of cuts out of one blade. All right, now I'm going to add a layer of purple over the top of this. I think I got it clumpy there. Hang on, let me. Because I never close these things. All right, now put a layer of purple over the top, and I think we're going to have ghosted cats, bats, and whatever. All right. All right, now let's go with, I think I'm just going to go with the big piece of cardstock, and then I can cut this up after the fact. Let's just see what we get. Also, Colleen, make sure your mat is stuck down. You might need a new mat. If your mat is not stuck down really well, any place the mat's not stuck down, the blade could pick up the paper, even just a little bit. So make sure you have a good, your mat is, even though I use the low tack Cricut one, you still need to make sure it's sticky enough to hold the paper down all the way across. So make sure you smash the paper down. If it's a brand new extra tacky, you don't need to make, you don't really need to mash it down that hard. But yeah, but you do need to make sure that everything is stuck down on the mat, because then the blade can pick into where and kind of pull up the whole paper, and that might be it too. Okay. Yes, we're delayed, CB. There's always a lag here. Okay, let's see what we get. It's not so good. It's just, I can see the outline of them in green, and that's not what I wanted. I kind of wanted them more ghosty looking. So, yeah, that one was a fail. Okay. let's let's do one of these. Let's do these little skulls here. Let's do a layer of green. We'll do these, and then we'll see if we can use the cards for something. I mean, like collage on them or something. Even if we just glue some bats down on them, something. All right, so let's see if we can get 2 out of here. And then I'll just do the big sheet of paper and then cut these out or something, cut them up rather than trying to make little cards out of this. All right, so first off, let me just do this pull first, just to get the background. Then we'll go over it with, should I go purple or orange? I don't know. Let's. All right, so there's just see, I didn't push real hard down on where the teeth are. So that one didn't really come through. Let me go ahead and I want to pick up. I'm going to go in there with the baby wipe and get the excess paint out of the design there. That way, it'll be crisper. It'll be a crisp design on the next pull. If that's kind of cleaned out there. All right, let's try that now. All right, so now I'm going to pull these out. Now, these are just, thin paper, so they might just tear, but I can really see the designs on these. All right, let's see what we can do here. So hopefully you guys that watch this and have jelly plates, maybe you can try some of these tips or not. All right, let me dry that. And now purple. I think I want a little orange in there too. I'm just going to put a little bit of orange. And then we're going to pick up and do something with the little cards. We'll see. Let me see how long we've been here. Okay, we've only been here about 1 hour and 45 minutes, so we're good. Pick up the, yeah. Don't use the heat gun on the jelly plate, Jeannie. Do not do that. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, now this one turned out a little better. You can see a little bit of the green skulls. Not really clear. There. It's okay. I'm really wanting more of what we had that first time. More of this. I think what I need to do is start with some, I don't know, because I love these. These turned out nice and bright. I need some more. I think I need to do, let's do, I'm going to try something else here. I'm going to try some, let's go with the light green here. Let's see, I need to, I'm going to try to do a couple over the top of these 2 or 3 that didn't work. All right, with the spider web. Let's see. All right, so let's just put a nice coat of green, light lemonade color, and then put some spider webs. Where's that big spider web? Here we go. Let's do the big spider web. Wherever it shows the most. There. And I'm going to take and do another print on top. Let's see if I can push hard enough for that to show through. You know, for the paper stencil to actually come through. It may or may not, but you know, that was a fail anyway, so. Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking. That is better. And look how the orange just happened to work right in those corners of those spider webs, Linda. All right, so that one worked out a little better. Now let's take this off and dry it. Try not to tear it, so maybe we could use it one more time. Let's dry this. And now we're going to put orange on this and use black cards. And push really, you know, try to get all the dried paint up. Let's see what happens with the black cards. Well, that's kind of cool. They're cool designs. I don't know that there's that great a color, but the designs are cool. Look, kind of looks like metallic. That's what we need to use. We need to use some metallic. Okay, people, we got to make a few more of these with metallic. Where's Jean? We need to get out the gold and copper. Think how good this would look with copper. Gold and copper, that would be awesome. All right, so we're going to do that. Look, isn't that cool? All right, so let's try that with the black. Let's do the same thing again. Let's do a thing of light green, and we're going to put the spider web back on. I should have cut out more spider webs because I think we're going to use this little baby to the end. All right, so we're going to put that on. And we'll just make some, let me just get a piece of black paper. It'll just be easier. All right, let's just get just a spider web now. This will just be like a kind of a lime green spider web. Yeah, most of it comes up. You'll get little bits of crusted stuff along the edges, but you just take a baby wipe and just wipe it right off with a baby wipe. If you want to change colors or something and you don't want any of those colors. Yeah, it all comes up, Jess. You know, like I said, you might have a little around the crust, you know, if some is dripped around the edge, dripped off the edge if you get it too thick. I'm pushing really hard because this is just a paper stencil. If this was plastic, well, you'd still probably have to push pretty hard to get into the creases. But I also wanted to do some of the, you know, I got some of the, embossed cards here. Let me get some like these that are embossed to use as like just printing into. It's just unlimited. It's just unlimited. You can use anything to make designs in. Hi, Erica. All right, so here we go. All right, so there's just a nice black and green spider web. But what I want to do now is take this off carefully, trying to keep it. What did I say? Oh, copper colors, yeah. And now let's get some copper and some magenta or something. Let's see here. See, I'm excited now. Let's go with gold. I got gold, copper. Let's do a little bit of, I'm just going to do a dash, just a dot or two of just plain. This is like a magenta color. Some gold, some copper, just a little bit of copper, and some gold. And I'll make cards with these. All right, now. All right. If y'all wonder, when I have a bunch of notebook papers over here that have just different, they're for brayering off on. All right, now we'll put the black cardstock down. And I could have just put a full sheet and then cut them up, either way, All right. And then, did I dry that layer? Oh, I might not have dried it. Well, we'll see what happens. I should have dried the spider web. I don't know that I did. I might have got ahead of myself. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh, it still turned out good. Look. See, that's copper and gold and a little magenta. Instead of a spider web, now it looks like leaves. See, it looks like leaves instead of a spider web. Although this one looks like a spider web. Okay, we got to do some more of those colors. All right. Now see, Jess, there's like the lines there that are left over from the square papers. So I'm just going to kind of wipe those off so I don't have a big square there. All right, so let's do again. What do I want to do? I want something that's going to be kind of a cool design like this. Like these kind of designs, but I don't want the spider web. Maybe I'll just use a stencil. I'll get into the stencils. All right, so let's go ahead and do a brighter lime green, the darker of the greens that I picked out here. And let's put a layer of that. And then, oh, I should have picked the stencil out first. Let's see what I got over here. I'm just going to go back with these again because we have them handy. The ones we already used. All right. And then just to get off the excess there, let's do it with the black paper. Where's my black paper? Denise wanting to FaceTime. I'll set her right there. Hey, I'm streaming, just FYI, you're live.
Hey, girl.
Denise said, hey girls, we're doing jelly plating. Look, Denise.
Oh, cute. What is it?
It's a spider web. Yeah, it's, but you know, here's some littler cards with metallic. Can you see?
Oh, neat.
Denise is on the phone right there with us, girls. So I see you're eating lunch. We're about to wrap up here in a few minutes, maybe about 30 minutes.
I gotta take Samantha to physical therapy.
Oh, her little knee.
Yeah, let's see what they say. So, if I don't answer, I'll call you back. Call me later.
All right, honey, have a good day. Call me later.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, hey, wait.
Yeah?
I got our map.
Oh, for the affair?
I got it this morning.
Okay, well, I was telling the girls that I got to do your posters.
We're in a really good spot.
Oh, good. Okay, well, show me later. Bye.
Okay.
All right, so this looks really, really cool. Let me dry it. Jean, are you coming on at your regular time? No, I'm going to be here about 30 more minutes, Jean. Carrie talked me through some packing tape. I'll show you everything in a minute. I'll show you everything we did. But after I do this one, I am going to have to go get some coffee. All right, so now I'm going to put some copper and some, the same thing, copper, gold, and magenta. A couple drops of gold and some kind of a magenta color, just a little. This ought to be almost Christmas looking, I think. The colors, you know, let me find me another brayer off spot over there. I'm just going to put a full sheet of black. All right, here we go. Okay. So Jess, what I'm trying to do here is I'm extra rubbing it so that it's picking up the dry layer at the bottom. All right, here we go. Ooh, this looks cool. This looks really cool. Look. And it's the metallic. Can you see? That will be some cool background for some collaging. Cut that up into some cards. That looks good. That would be really pretty in an art journal page, wouldn't it? All right, now I got a little bit of stuff still left here. So I think what I'll do, I'm looking around at my colors. Let's see. Let's go ahead and try to make another Christmas colors. Let's go with what's left there and just add some regular green. Some like, you know, Christmas green color on top of the leftover. And let's just see what we get with the leftover. Then I'll go get some coffee and we'll show do a show and tell. I froze for just a second, guys, because I had incoming mail. I know. All right. So after I pull this one, I'm going to run downstairs. If anybody wants to take a quick break for about a minute, I'm going to run downstairs and get some coffee, and then we'll come back and kind of like pick up here and look at what we've got done. All right. Let's see what we got with that leftover paint. This is just what was ever left over on the plate. That's okay. It's got a little bit of, it needs another layer. So real quick, I'm going to add some, I'm going to go with just a tad of magenta. I'm going to do a little stencil action here real quick and a little gold. See, I keep saying, I'm going to go get some coffee now, and then I stop and do something else. All right, let me get another sheet here, find another, some place to brayer off. All right, so I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to put a stencil. So we'll have some gold and, all right, this is where I need my windows, my stained glass windows. Hang on, let's see, where are those babies? The stained glass windows with like a Christmas theme, that would be cool. Let me put a couple of these. We're going to make a couple little cards. Where's some more windows? Here's another window. There's one. Wait, let me put this one on the bottom. Oops. Kind of messed that up. And then one of these maybe, and then one of, see, now I've got more action stuff going here. All right, let's put, Paul was the one that told me about these. I think it's a Seller, Artist Seller, these windows, and then these tall ones here are from Joann's. All right, so let's put that black card here. See what we can do. See what happens. All right, here we go. Jean, be careful with, we already talked about those Neos earlier. Jean, you treat them well. I know, Happy Dye, right? Uh-oh. Let's see what we get. I'm trying to push really hard to get through the stencils because you want to pick up all the designs. Let's see if we get anything. It is cool, and this would be great if I took a little more time because look how cool that looks. If you could see the window a little better, look, it almost looks like a stained glass window. Let's see what I can capture. There, look. Using the metallics on black paper. I know. I just have to be a little bit more careful to get the design. Wouldn't these be pretty Christmas cards? Did y'all write that down? We need to make more of those. All right, now we're going to take this up. We're going to dry it and put one more layer. And then I'm going to go get some coffee. I'm trying to think what color would be pretty. Almost just a black, just to pick up, you know, the excess there with nothing else. I think I'm just going to do that. We're just going to go with black paint on black paper. Just to pick up this leftover without changing it. All right, so that's what we're going to try. We're going to put a layer of black, thin black layer, and just try to pick this up with a piece of black paper. We'll see what happens. Okay, this is not quite a full sheet. I really want, let me just use the back of this one here. I don't want to take too long. I didn't want this to dry, that last bit. All right, so we'll see what happens here. A piece of transparency. I guess you could, here's what I'm thinking. Immediately I think of it slick. You have to be real careful not to make it, we'll try it. How about that? As soon as I get some coffee, Eileen, we'll try. We'll try it with these windows. And so Eileen, the enabler, said to try it with some transparency. I don't have transparency, but we can cut down some page protectors. Yes, for sure, Paula. Yeah, the metallics do look better on black, for sure. We'll do that, Eileen. So Eileen has the idea of using transparency. So we're going to do it with those windows and some, like the same kind of thing that we did here. All right, let's see what happens here. This is just the leftover. It does look cool. It looks more architectural. Kind of, you can kind of see, let me get the, this is just the leftover. This will be good to cut up into some card backgrounds. Whereas when we do these look really, you know, almost could be on their own. All right, we'll do that, Eileen. Let me get some coffee, and then we'll do a, I'll cut some page protectors in half, you know, and we'll give that a shot. Okay, let me go get some coffee, guys. Take a minute. Take a minute. Okay, back with some coffee, although it's a little old, and some Raisinets. Have to have some substance. Okay. All right, let's pick up and show what we got done so far. Then we'll do some jelly plating on the transparencies. Let me put these cards away. Use those. All right, move these stencils. I'm gonna probably try to do the because they're gonna be clear, Eileen. I think I'll try with the windows, like almost like stained glass windows. Let me get all those out here. All right. So first, let me show you all the packing tape. This, Jean, are you here, Jean? Hi, Jean. I'm going to matte medium them so we can use both sides, or either side, rather. So there's the packing tape, Jean. Carrie walked me through it, and I wrote down the instructions. So there's that. And there's this pile of stencils here. Got to make some room. I showed that mummy too, Jean. Let me see if I can. Oh no, my rear end's sticking up in there. Let's see real quick. Real quick review here. Here we go, Jean. Did you buy this one, Jean? Have you bought this design? I had to show you that. Okay. Gotta find some more. There's space ready to go. I'll have to send you one, Jean. All right. I'm gonna talk with my mouth full. Let's see what we got. We did these. That, see there? We're gonna use those same colors. A green, the magenta, the gold, and the copper, and black if we need it. Okay. All right, so we did that. We just did, this was like the pre, you know, doing the first layer just to have the background done. Here's some of the others that we did, just for anybody coming in, didn't see what we did today. Some are better than others. This piece of black paper. This one didn't work. This is a good one to go back over with. You know, do another layer. Yes, we're still here. Let me see. Let me check my time though, because okay, we're at 2:16. I think we're good for maybe 30 more minutes. So we used a lot of my Cameo silhouette cutouts. Here's, look, turn it around there. Spider webs, whoops. All kinds of spider webs and the skulls. So we used them. Here's some more of the little cards. I like that one. These, even though I used a spider web, they almost look like leaves. Like, look at that. Same for these. These we just had some bats and cats on with the leftover, and they're okay. They'll be good to cut up. All right, let's pick up some of this. And then we did some stuff with the crow. Let me get a piece of paper. Cut him out. And then a whole bunch of frogs and bats and cats. We got leftovers here. But look, these will be good to use on a card because they're colored now on the back side. Let me see, like here. See how they got the paint on them? There. So even though we used them as a mask, the fact that they have the paint on them makes them look extra cool. I know, Gina, lots of things. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Trying to get the shine to... So they're, you know, the ones that we used for just to make the impression now have cool designs on them. All right, then so we might use some of those here in a little bit. Let me kind of put that where I can get at them. And I just showed some of the cutouts that we did. Get a piece of black paper with the Cameo. And then here's, we just did a print of one. Some more. This was with the leftover bits of the skull. But the colors are good. Let's see here. These I loved. I love these. With the pink and red. Just pink and red and stencils on black. That's all these were. There's another one in there somewhere. Hey, Sandy. Here's the rest of that skull. Here's where we try to do black and white on craft, but I didn't put enough paint. Here's pink, red, and a blue on black. Those are good colors for maybe doing that stained glass thing if we do that look on these colors right here, Eileen, with the transparency. We'll try those colors too, with maybe some metallic. And here's some tiny cards, some tiny leftover bits, just leftovers. This was our first try with just a black background and some designs with a cap and a stamp and a pencil eraser. There's another one of those somewhere here. All right, so I think that kind of got all of the ones that we did. All right, so we kind of got a little cleaned up area here. Oh, there's another cat. Yeah, all right, so there we go. Let me put this over here so we can use that cat. Now, let's try to, I have to go under the table here to get my transparencies are back under here, I think. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to try to do some of the same colors. Let me move these cards out of the way. And all our projects. Well, might do something with these here shortly. You're raising it. All right. So let me just cut one of these down. So I have 2 sheets. And this is the enabler elves idea. We're going to give it a shot, see if we can make it some stained glass window look. I actually have a clip art book of stained glass. That's kind of cool. I'll have to show those to y'all. Let me see. I'll show y'all these here in a minute. We're going to try this first. All right. All right, so now 2 sheets. Let me cut another one down just in case it works. If it works, we want to be on the go. So we'll have at least 4 sheets ready. Jean, are you streaming at your usual time at 4 today? I already have my big salad made. All right. So now we have 4 sheets here. Usual time at 4. Okay. All right. So I gotta think of the steps we took again. We're gonna go with these colors. Let's just see how it works out. The copper. Sorry guys, I'm having to eat some Raisinets. I haven't eaten today, so I had to get something. And the gold. We'll try a couple different ways. And I wanted some of this green in there, just to brighten it up. We'll see. That might be too much. All right, we'll just go with this, because I'm going to put the stained glass windows on top of this. All right, now, let's just try it. Let's put the stained glass windows. We'll do this one the second time, this big diamond shaped ones. Let's go with these right now, these smaller ones. Maybe that one tall one. Let's see if I can squeeze that one on right there on the edge. And then what I want to do is, after I do this initial pull with one of these, just to see what happens, then we'll do it with black and see what happens. Right now, we're just going to put this, just the one. And I don't know how much detail it's going to pick up. I'm trying to make sure it sticks into the paint because of, you know, it's a stencil and this is slick, and trying to get in there and get some of that detail. This may not work till the second pull, Eileen. You know what I mean? We might have to have the black with the designs already smashed into the jelly plate for this to actually show up. But we'll give it a go here. All right, so I'm not expecting much on this one. It is kind of cool, but you're just seeing just the, you know, you're just seeing the minimum. I think this will work better with these. The first pull will be better with these. We'll do that on the next one. Now, we're going to have to set this aside to really, you can't heat gun this, or, you know, you're going to be melting the plastic. So you're really going to have to set this aside to dry. It is cool. Let me just say that. Let me find, where am I going to put this? I got to get up to go over here and put these somewhere. I ran out of table space. All right. Now we're going to take these off, and this should be really cool to dry. We're going to dry this with the cool air hair dryer. Do not use a heat gun on your jelly blade. I'm going to move my... I think this will be cool with black. We'll just try some black. I think on the next one, Eileen, we'll just put black and these. And then after that, we'll put the gold. I think I'm getting this. I think I got that, Jean. Eileen. We'll see. Because we want the design to come through as gold. But we've got to have the design on there first in another form. All right, so let me eat my last 2 Raisinets. Okay, let's see what happens here. All right. Take one of the... Let's see if it picks it up. That's another thing. We'll have to see if it picks up that first layer with this acetate. But it should, because it's the paint that's picking it up, not the paper or the acetate. This would be like packing tape, right? Like a giant piece of packing tape in a way. Instead of using packing tape, we can just use page protectors. Eileen, the enabler elf. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, it's not picking up it. It's not picking it all up. It isn't. It's got a cool design on there, but it's not picking it up. Look. I don't know if you can see it. It didn't pick it up. Now it could just be that this is not thick enough or something. I don't know. All right, so what we're going to do, we'll have to do that on the next round. All right, let me just do some white cards here and see what we get. We'll try something else here. We'll try it another route. I think it'll work the best, Eileen, is just with the first pull. We'll have to just figure out, get a black coat of paint or something first, and then the coppery colors, you know. We'll have to do it with the first pull, because that first pull back there, where you saw the windows through it, we'll just do that. We'll just try a first pull with it. Don't give up yet, people. Don't give up. Wait, we're going to try some more things. Yeah, we're going to try it with the square ones here. Those are Artist Seller. Is that correct, Paula? Because, yeah, Artist Seller. Because I found out about these from Paula. Yeah, the first pull was nice. So we're going to do that with the windows. Right now, I'm just trying to clean off the plate and see what we get. See, everything dry. It's all dried off. I mean, it's all dry. There's nothing left. We'll just use these in a minute. Okay, yeah, Oh, there's still some stuff left on there. I want to clean it though, because I do want to pick up the gold. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's some left because we're going to go with this. All right, so let's try a couple of things here. Let's try some gold or some copper. Let's do our colors here. And we're just going to try to do the first pull. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of gold and a tiny bit of that green. And let's just see what we get with the because this will look kind of stained glass, just like this, you know, like that. Okay. And now let's put on some of these. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Because I want to try to get as many on there as we can, just to test it out. Let's do a couple of corners. Let's see. Let's do this one. No, let's do this one. This is just a test to see what we get using these. All right, now let's get, see, I think this is where we're going to get just whatever we want. Now, you know what you could do though? Well, that would kind of defeat the purpose of being see-through. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to take my time here. I'm pushing in each one of the little things there. Let's just see if it picks it up well. Trying to get in all the little crevices, because if you don't touch, the plastic is kind of like, you know, it's not like really flat down on it. If you don't get in the little stencil grooves, it's just kind of floating, you know. The plastic just kind of floats unless you're pushing on it. All right, let's see what happens, Eileen. It's not enough. It's on there. I think what it's going to do, it's going to have to take a special design, because it's just not picking it up. I mean, I could take a little more time, but look, see, it's just not. Let's just try to do it. No, we already tried that. Taking the stencil off and using that. And we tried to dry it. We did dry it and add black, and it didn't pick it up. Remember? Yeah, Jean, maybe the stiffer overhead transparency, like you said. Oh, no, it's good to try all of these things, but I still think there's a way to make it work. It just may not be with page protectors. I'm going to try this and add a layer of gold and a black piece of paper, just to, you know, make, because this is going to be pretty. Maybe, yeah, it probably maybe rough up the surface. That could be too, Janet. All right, now I'm going to put a layer of gold on this and then pick it up with a piece of black paper, and we'll see what we got. Find another. Okay. Let me just go ahead and use the rest of these cards that didn't take. I'll just use those. Maybe you have to leave it extra long on the plate so it dries. Maybe, Carrie, that might be a thing, but you can't add, you know, I'd be afraid to even add the cool temp of the hair dryer to the, you know, page protectors that probably start curling. So you probably just have to let it sit there. But that's a good thought. Just letting it sit there until it like dried. When the paint actually dried on the page protector. All right, I'll do some white here next, just to show you, because Jess was saying, why are we only, because the black, well, the thing is with the black, especially metallics, Jess, really pop on the black. But I used white on a couple of them, I think last time. Oh my goodness, these are really pretty. They don't look like the window, it's just look. And what we did with this is the leftover, we started with the magenta, the copper, and all, these same colors. And then after it dried, we put a layer of gold. Yeah. It's a layer of gold over the top. Okay, well, navy blue, chocolate brown, and emerald green. You're sounding like Jean with the green. Oh, look. Isn't that pretty, guys? I'm trying to kind of get it so you can see the shine of the... Yeah, those turned out good. I'm not going to clean this. I'm just going to keep piling it on. All right, let's do the same thing, but we're going to do the same colors, Jess, just to contrast. We're going to do the exact same colors, but we're going to go with white, just to, compare the two. We're going to go with the copper, the magenta, a little bit of lime green, and then gold. Now we'll put the gold on the last layer. Okay, so let me just put these colors. Okay. Let me spray her off over here. I'm going to use the windows again, but I'm going to try to use more of them. More of the full window here. And then let's see what I can do over here on the side. Let's get one that has, I want to make sure that the design is like the best we can pick up that we can. All right, so now we're going to just use white cards again. And then with the leftover, Jess, after we remove the stencils, then we'll put a layer of gold and, white. No. Is that what I said? Yeah, white. Did we say what? Yeah, let's do the layer white instead of the gold. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to do that. So I'm just trying to make sure I pick up as much of the stencil indentations as possible. Hi, Marie. Oh. Anybody else? I haven't gone over to the chat thing. Let me check that real quick. Let me go over the people. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Let's see, who have I missed? Hi, Crafty Jeanette and Candy Cello. I think I said hi, darn everybody else. So, thanks, everybody, for being here. Let's check my time. 2:41. Okay, here's the thing. We're probably getting ready to, it's probably getting ready to stop. So let me finish. I can come back and maybe we can do some art cards if you want, but that'll have to be a separate video. We'll finish this with the white, Jess. All right, so here's what you see right now. We're just getting the inside, which is, pretty. Now I'm going to remove this, dry this, put white on black cardstock, Jess? Okay. What do you think? It'll have to be on black cardstock or the white won't show on white card. Okay, so that's what we got to do. You're welcome. So I'm going to do this pull, and then we'll go, and then I'll start another recording because we're already at 3 hours. I mean, unless someone else wants to stream. Paula says she's streaming tomorrow morning. All right, so now, Jess, what we're going to do is take, I'm going to have to find me another black page. Oh, I got to show y'all those. As long as we have time, I want to show y'all those clip art stained glass books too. All right, so now that's dry. Now I want black. I'm out of black right here. Let me get a piece of black paper over here. And we're going to do the white, as Jess suggested. All right, so we're going to put a pokey tool. All right, put a thin layer of white. I'm sure it's going to be lovely, Jess. Oh, I got paper stuck on there. Hang on, I got to find me another clean brayer off sheet somewhere here. I'll have to show y'all some of my brayer off sheets. Turned out pretty good when I add collage to them. All right, so now we're going to just put some white over the, what we just just pulled with the stencils. And a black paper. And you have to take a little bit more time with that dry second pull where you've air dried it so that you really pick it up. So thanks everybody for being here on this section. And like I said, the reason we're doing this kind of different view, you can't really see as much detail, is my tripod setup for my mural cat is in the other room, and I just have it set just right, and I didn't want to move it all around, so I just basically clipped it up there on the wall. All right, let's see here. All right, Jess, you wait for it. Ooh, it's pretty. It's pretty. Okay, there's white. Now it does look a little blue-gray because it's on the, the white, but it's cool. That'll be a good background. It needs a little more gold, I think. But it is pretty, yeah. So we'll have to use more white backgrounds for Jess. Actually, it has a tint of blue, like a blue-gray. All right, so let me put that in the, where's the stack of stuff? I don't know where I put our stack of stuff. Well, oh, there it is. It's under these books. Okay. All right, so let me show you these real quick. I won't go anywhere. I'm just going to stop the recording and save it, clean up a little bit, and put the jelly plate away, and then we'll do some art cards with what we did. But I wanted to show you these Dover books. They're real cool. I've had them forever. This one's Stained Glass Windows Coloring Book, and it's, I don't even know if I have dates in these. This one's 1972. And I did start to color one of them, but I don't know who's tweeting me. Hang on. Is that Eugene? Susan? Hi, Susan. I did try to color one. They're like a transparent, like almost parchment-y feel, but when you get it wet, they wrinkle. It does wrinkle. So you have to almost use maybe Copics or something You can kind of see it's transparent, see? And I guess they're made for you to put in a window. I don't know. See how they're transparent? Cool, right? So I haven't colored, I don't think I've colored. Here's what they look like. Well, here's the one with the black background, like that. See? This is what they look like. And you can use either side. Of course, if they have words on it, you don't want to, you know, reverse it, but. They're Dover publications. They used to have them at Barnes & Noble, but Barnes & Noble doesn't carry all those Dover clip art books anymore. If they do, there's just like a couple over in the kids section. Always check over in the children's section of Barnes & Noble for stuff like this, doodle books, things like that. So they may have some over in the kids section. In the, what was it be called? The activity books. So there's a whole bunch of different ones, see? Now you could probably, I don't know. The only thing I can think that you would really want to use on this, use watercolor like I did, and it's going to wrinkle. Markers, I don't think colored pencil would have that luminosity. You almost have to use markers or watercolor to have that see-through effect. If you use colored pencil, acrylic paint, it's going to make it matte, and you're not going to have that translucency see-through. You'll defeat the purpose. Although it's a pretty design, you could copy these and just have a flat white background to color. If you just wanted the colored, pretty colored pages. But I mean, this was just all stained glass ones. Let me just do a flip real quick. I tore them out because I did make a couple copies for something, but I don't remember now. But see, yeah, Copics or some kind of alcohol markers or something like that. Let me show you the full. I think all the designs are on the back. But you can see here I use watercolor, and can you see how it's wrinkled? There. See how it wrinkled? Look up here at the top. And that's with watercolors. It's just the nature of that paper to wrinkle. Let's see if I got all the designs here. And then there's one big design here that has 4 pieces, and it makes a big window. So you could actually put it in a window. Look. That's 4 sheets right there. Then this one is Cathedral stained glass, and it's the same thing. It's just different designs. Here's one I tried to do a Christmas thing. I was going to color. I put some black. I think this one I used the Crayola, the cheap Crayola watercolor. And when I say watercolor markers, I don't mean that they spread like watercolor. I mean that they're not opaque markers. They're the cheap kids transparent Crayola brand, and so it didn't wrinkle, but I put it in a, like, I didn't even finish it, but I just put it in a little black mat. I was thinking of doing a Christmas window thing, so you can kind of see there. And I used some gold right there, but you just have to be careful what you use so it doesn't wrinkle. Let me just show you a few more of the designs here. But they're very cool, and they're by Dover. I mean, they're only like, and I'm sure they still publish. Dover pretty much keeps publishing everything. Well, the thing is that the Gelli plate would color the back of them, but they wouldn't be transparent. It wouldn't be, here, let me show you. Like, let's just put some paint behind it. Here, like this. Okay, so here's this. See, look. You can see a little bit, but it's not like you're thinking it would do. because this is not completely clear. It's not like the, you know, page protector clear. That's why you don't want to use paint. If you used acrylic paint, you could, but if I was going to do acrylic paint on these guys, I would just make a copy and use the white paper because you're going to cover it up anyway. If you're going to cover up the translucency of this paper, you might as well make a copy and just have the white paper, black and white print to color or paint. I'm just going to show you some of the other designs here. They're very cool. And sometimes I like to sit and just color. Sometimes I don't have a lot of time to do that, but there's a whole bunch more. Let me see how many designs are in here. There's this one was 1980. I don't know how many designs. There's probably, I don't know, 24 maybe designs. But that one's called Cathedral. Hang on, that's the hubster. I'm still streaming. Yeah. She was doing something today. I forgot. She called me. I forgot. She's doing something. Bye. Okay, so that's called Cathedral Stained Glass. This one, I got one more to show you too. This one's called Stained Glass Windows. Okay, my recording just stopped, guys, so hang on. And then do the dry technique where you dry it and then paint the black or a color over it so that turns out to be the background. And so we're going to try. I've got black cards, craft cards, white cards. I even have some small ones here just to give it a go. All right, so we'll see. All right, so just to test it, let's just do, and I do have to go get my hair dryer. Let's get some black and some colors. I'm going to scoot my chair. By the way, my chair, the hydraulics that lift, you have the handle right here to lift and drop your chair. Well, the hydraulic bar is broken. So now when I move my chair, I'm like barely scraping the carpet. All right, so let's see here. Let's get some bright colors because those are just more fun. I don't want the exact same colors that we had last time, but I do want brights. Here's some, I don't know if I want orange. Let's see here. Let's go with red, orange, a bright kind of lemon yellow, but let's also maybe do some like dark blue. And so I'm just kind of picking some colors here. My paint card is right here. Let's go with maybe some kind of a purple or a darker blue. Let's see. Go with some bright colors today. And I need a green. Do I want lime green? Do I want grass green, evergreen? Let's see. Holly green maybe, and a citron. I still like citron or lemonade. Here's lemonade. All right. Okay. Jelly probably crazy. Well, we're going to see what happens. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to try just a couple of circles, just because that's, just an easy thing to do. I'm going to do a little pink, maybe a little red, and maybe let's go with this blue, which I think I need the pokey tool. So we'll be back to getting close-up views of the situation next time, because by then I'll have finished the maybe a little yellow. I'll have finished the cat. I'm trying to get some bright colors that'll stand. Oops, that needs to be shaken up. Oops, sorry, camera doesn't like that. And all right, now I don't have a spouncer like Paula, because that would make perfect little circles. I'm trying to think of something we could just do, you know, like a calf or something. I do have all my stencils over here. I do have some stamp. Oh, I do have a dot stamp. Let me see. All right, hang on, guys. Coming over to the pile over here. Yeah, matte medium, the back side. Now, I know you put some Pearl-Ex or something like that, right? All right. Let me drop these two things in. Well, do I need them again? Because if I put them in the water, then I can't reuse them, but I'm not using them right now, so let me just drop that in the water. All right. Okay, now I got to go run get my hair dryer. Let me plug that in. Down. Oh, well, let's see. I got to unplug. What do I got to unplug? Lappy? Oh, I'm not using this lamp. Okay. Hang on, guys. What is this plug for? Oh, that's the heat gun. I can unplug the heat gun too. Because I'm not going to be, you don't use a heat gun. All right. Yeah, I know. I have all my, like, well, the arms are all covered with duct tape. This chair, bless its heart, is old. Old, I tell ya. Time for me to get another one. Regine, help. Perfect pearls. Okay. I don't think I have perfect pearls. I have something. Pearl-Ex? I don't even know. I have some. I gave most of it away. I don't know what else I got up there. So the white dots still have to dry. Yeah, could you see the shimmer, Carrie, when it was dry on the other side? Well, I guess the binder, Jess, would just be the stickiness of the tape. Almost. Okay. Now I want to get my brayer. Oh, I got to get my notebook out. My brayer off notebook. Where is that? Oh, gee, I took it apart to use for something else. I took my brayer notebook apart to use for another project. Oh, let's see. What can I... But I still have the papers. Let me just... Let me get to the papers here. I took my notebook apart to use for something else, but I still have, you know, I can still use the backs and things here for brayering off. So let me just kind of sit that over here and find a couple places to brayer off on. Let's see. We'll do that next, Carrie. Carrie got up early to give me proper instructions. Okay, I think I got them all. Does that look cool? Just like that. I just want to sit here and stare at it. All right, so now let me get a baby wipe or something here. So yeah, I want to finish the cat, and I may not do that live. I may just, it's really almost done. It's probably about 90% done. I did a recording yesterday just without a chat so I could make progress without, it's hard to chat when you're across the room, you know. All right, so now let's see. Let's do a pencil eraser. Let's see. There we go. Let me just take the eraser I use off. And then there's pencil eraser. All right, here's a brand new one. All right, now I'm going to do yellow. I'm going to do some yellow dots. Okay. It's looking a little too neat. I'm going to have to splatter something. We need to do some splattering. Let's do, because I'm going to put a coat of black. So whatever I want to show up, you know, let's do some white splatters. Where's my white paint? Here. All right, just a little bit of we'll see what happens here. Because that might be kind of cool with the black background, you know, picking up. What do y'all think? How's that look? I think that looks really cool. Oh, okay. Put down the background. You layer for packing tape like you layer on paper. Oh, okay. You also have to decide if you want the tape to be see-through in some spots, but anything still transparent will remain sticky. Well, yeah, and the thing about that, Carrie, it doesn't really matter if it's sticky because I'll just matte medium. Let me find those ones I did because I have them over here for giveaway. I should do a giveaway. I have them sitting over here. So I have them. So here's what they look like on the shiny side. And we ended up with a spider web, but because the spider web was really, I brayered it instead of stamping, you know, using a makeup wedge. So here's what the other side looked like, which I love these. And there are still some sticky parts. So what I did was just matte medium over them. So there's no sticky parts now. Oh, well, there you can see it really good on the white. Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and today we're at this place doing this angle because I have my setup in the other room still trying to finish the cat, and I didn't really want to move it and mess up the mural line of camera angle. So kind of got the camera just like up on the wall right there, so that way I can do it this way so that we can do a jelly plating show today and not have to move my poles and tripods and everything. So I hope this is okay. I hope y'all will be able to see. The girls say it's not fuzzy. It looks fuzzy to me, but they're saying it's not fuzzy. And okay. All right, so what I want to do, I'll leave this here for like camera holding purposes. And so I thought we'd do the jelly plate, and I do have to get my mat. Hang on. Get my craft mat here. And what I wanted to do is some cards. I'm going to try to I wanted to try to do, now I didn't finish the last like 30 minutes of Carrie's, I'm trying to look up here at y'all. I didn't finish the last like 30 minutes of Carrie's video, so I didn't see how it turned out with her putting the little designs and things on the jelly plate, but that's kind of what I wanted to do, is like do some circles or something, and then kind of do the let it dry technique that Jean, you know, well, I'll have to go get my hair dryer, because you don't use a heat gun on your jelly plate, and and then let the designs dry, and then put the coat of another color on top, whether it be black, white, another color, whatever, and see if I can pick up those designs and make the art cards, and then collage and things on top of it. Because usually I do like these cards like this, is I do the collage work first and then do the paint on top. Well, I'll still have to do paint on top even after this, but it did turn out good. Okay, well, yeah, I'm anxious to see. I've caught up on everybody's videos except Jean's box making for her Neo colors, which that frankly scares me. I'm afraid for those Neo colors. Just saying. In the last like 20-30 minutes of Carrie's video with the jelly plate. Okay, so anyway, guys, let's go ahead and try this here. Take the Ginny Jelly out of her home. Take her protective coverings off. You're afraid for her too, Eileen, I know. And I'll try to keep it over here. This is where I need to be for the camera. I'll try to work it where y'all can see. Hey Carrie, I was just talking about having not seen the last few minutes of your show, and so I didn't see how your designs turned out, but I'm going to try to do some art cards kind of that way. I don't know how it ended. So, but I wanted to kind of do some designs, some painty designs. Which one is it in? This one, I think. I do have stampage. Find something like just some dots or something. I mean, I have tiny stuff like this, but I really want, here's a star, that's kind of big, and, but I really just want, maybe I should get into my foam dots. Oh, well, you know how, here we go. Here we go, a little foam dot. That's what I want. All right, now let me get I do have a dry makeup wedge. And, yeah, if y'all put anything y'all want to ask me or talk about in caps so I can see you. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Let's start with the red, and let's just see how this works. Now, I don't have to worry about this slow drying because I want it to dry. Whatever I put on here now, I want to dry so that I can put the coat of another, color on top. So here, let's see if I can get a little system going here, like stamp dot, stamp dot. Okay, so I want to stamp. All right, so now it is slick. I think Paula said that last time, that you got to be careful because it's slick. But we're going to just try this and see. I should probably do it the other way, my right hand doing the dotting so that I'm more careful. So I'm going to try this first with white. It's kind of like more experimenting with jelly plating because y'all know I'm not the expert at this. Jean and Carrie are the ones I watch to see what they're doing. And I haven't finished watching Carrie's last 20 minutes, so I don't know how that turned out. It's like, I got to wait and see how that turned out. It's like, I got to wait. You're not. Yes, I want to do packing tape as well, Carrie, but I wasn't sure if you were going to be here. So we'll do that too. I guess I could do packing tape with this, right? because I still will put the design on. I'll still put the design on, let it dry, and no, it's the opposite, right? Okay, you'll have to put some instructions then because I forgot the order for the packing tape to show through. Not that it matters because I can just matte medium it like I did the last batch. All right, so now I got some of those dots, and now let's see, what else do I want to do? I want to maybe do some circles around it. Let me use like a cap off of one of the paints here. And let's dip it in a blue and go around. So we're going to do some circles. Can y'all see? Yeah, you can see that, right? That's cool. Okay. So now we're going to do some circles. Around the red. Now, like I said, I want this to dry because what will happen is after this is dry and we put a coat of like black or any color really, but black really makes the colors pop, then it pulls up the dry paint. First, put the background layer down first. Okay. All right.